15, so 30 minutes. Name and address.
Fran Triplett, 3616 Northwood Drive. It's been a long month since the vote in June. I've learned a lot in how city government works, to a quick crash course on government budgets. First, I would like to talk about how city government works. Most municipalities, meaning cities, are run for the most part the same, except for Memphis. Even though this makes us different from most, don't get confused, this is not a good thing, and I will give you examples why. Our administration, the mayor included, has presented so many lies. Yes, you may say other cities do that, but in our case, our administration and the mayor does not only lie to each of you as council members, they lie to each of us. The citizens, for example, Mayor Wharton stated to the citizens a few years ago, and I quote, "You will not see me taking benefits from our city employees," but yet he is doing it now. He also stated, "I'm not cutting the public safety employees," but in his opening letter of the budget, he states he is going to use boots on the ground only when and where they are needed, and put more civilians where commissioned officers were. The last time I checked, which was about 2 weekends ago, there were 15 shootings within 2 days. I would say we need boots on the ground 24/7. In Public Safety Committee meeting a few months ago, Mr. Little made the statement that the administration is in the process of redesigning the police department, and the FY15 budget was based on a new mission statement that still has not yet been defined. Wow, there's no pause button in crime, but the administration wants to redefine our police department. In the budget, the Public Safety Division specifically, the use of attrition line is used to capture savings on vacant positions that are budgeted at 100%. The administration had no intent with backfilling. To break it down for you, over $40 million in attrition savings over FY14 and FY15. The budget that Mayor Wharton helps write and design is a complete lie. For example, in the health care fund, why was the employer contribution $5 million less than what had been approved and budgeted for in FY14? Along with underfunding the health care by $5 million, the administration also came back again and asked for an additional $7.4 million more. The administration would like us to believe that this is because times were tough and hard, and revenue was not met, but in fact it was. In the budget and the mid-year forecast, they show the revenue surplus of $6 million. They did this on purpose. It was a direct lie so that they could under-forecast savings, making it look like we would only have $6 million in revenue surplus, all the while planning on using the actual year-end of savings of $26 million towards their debt. Again, another lie. While the mayor and the administration have tried to paint the sad, pitiful picture that our city is broke and dying, he is still incurring debt. This is a debt problem, not a health care problem. Along with the administration's misrepresentation of numbers in the budget, their poor business practice, and the fact that they use the public's lack of interest in the city finances, I'm also very concerned about some actions or lack thereof by some of our council members. I'd hoped when all this started to be able to speak with each of you to better understand how we got to where we are today. Now, I've spoken with most, except for two, Mr. Morrison and Mr. Ford. I find it very concerning, Mr. Morrison, that you could make such a decision or a vote that would impact so many people that have not attended any of the discussion or committee meetings. I've been at every meeting since June, and you have not been at one. And yes, I know you have another job, but we had a specially called meeting, 5 o'clock after business hours. You, sir, did not attend that one either. Mr. Ford, I have seen you at one committee meeting. I was just waiting until you were done. I would deserve the respect you look at me, please. I've seen you at one committee meeting, and that is the one that you led. And you announced if anyone spoke out, I'm assuming you were referring to me, that you would give them a warning. The second time, you would have them escorted out. I'll be happy to purchase you a gavel if it makes you feel more important and will help you attend more committee meetings so that you can make a better educated vote. I want to know why, as a council member, you would think it's okay or even good business practice to never attend committee meetings and only show up to vote. Please show me where to sign up to make around $30,000 a year to hit a button and spend a few hours here every other Tuesday. One of the very first people I reached out to in June was Ms. Halbert, hoping that as a woman and a person that has always stated she was for us and would fight for us until the end, She could help me understand my many questions and concerns. My first meeting with Ms. Halbert and two other people that were there that wanted to be able to hear what Ms. Halbert had to say, I can tell you was very enlightening. When I told Ms. Halbert I was very concerned about the enterprise fund, that things did not add up, and she stated, and I quote, "What is the enterprise fund?" Wow, this shocked me. Ms. Halbert chairs that committee and is over the enterprise fund. But that was not the most shocking statement. I guess she did not know what fund she was over because she also stated, and I quote, "I do not read the budget, nor do I understand it, and it's not my job." Maybe I'm confused, but I thought that one of the main and frankly most important jobs as a council member is to approve, decline, or amend a budget. That leads me into all of the secrecy within the credit card issues. National experts said that it is unusual for governments to allow employees to use credit cards for both official and personal payments. Ms. Halbert said that the credit card was hers, not the government's. Any card I have with my Social Security number on it is mine, even if they are corporate programs. If I don't pay my bill, it's on my personal credit. When asked if the city attorney's office asked her if she was asked to alter the records, Ms. Halbert's response was, "You would have to ask them. They can just tell you what they told everybody. I don't have any comment about my personal Social Security number." The Office of Mayor A.C. Wharton referred questions about the city's attorney American Express credit card program to Finance Director Collins.
Stop the time. Ms. Halbert, point of order.
Are we talking about the pension or anything else? Because if you've got another 30 minutes, I'll respond, Mr. Chair.
I'll let you respond at the end.
Thank you very much.
All right. Back to where she was, whatever time that was.
Mr. Collins said that the City of Memphis combined credit limit was $50,000 for a pool of 15 to 25 workers. Individual cardholders had smaller limits, but he didn't have those amounts. If any employee charges personal things on the credit card and they do not pay, and they were required to pay the bill. If they do not pay, then yes, we would have to get involved, quoted Director Brian Collins, and that's never happened. The American Express credit card program allowed employees to use the borrowing power of the government to make personal purchases. And Mrs. Deborah Fisher quoted this, "If the citizens of Memphis knew how much government employees were charging in personal purchases on government credit cards, maybe they would have ended the program years earlier." It's a good reason for trying not to keep information like this a secret. There again, if you don't read or understand a budget, you have no business using credit cards that will directly affect the budget. As time went on, I spoke with Ms. Halbert on several occasions, letting her know my concerns and issues about the budget. She produced a lot of talk but no actions. A few weeks later, when I reached out to a young lady by the name of April Beckham, April and I both again reached out to Ms. Halbert and even did a call with her analyst, I guess so that maybe her analyst could explain to Ms. Halbert what we were even talking about, since she doesn't read the budget. And there again, more big talk about getting something done but no action to follow it. Ms. Halbert has approached me several times after the resolution to reinstate some of our health care benefits for the next year by Mr. Flynn and Mr. Strickland, griping to me about how they both always want to come in like a hero and save the day, and stated that if they had not voted against us, we would not be in this position. But actually the truth is, Ms. Halbert, if you had not voted for the refinance in 2010, we might not be in the financial situation we're in now. Instead of always griping about Mr. Flynn and Mr. Strickland, actually doing something productive would get you the reaction that you are so desperately wanting. Ms. Halbert, you state that you have been fighting for us, but what have you really done besides wear a T-shirt and cheer from us a few times? Till this past council meeting, you have not brought one thing to the table. And frankly, I'm amazed that you did that, considering you do not understand or read the budget.